guys, Hannah here. Welcome to my video and to my channel. Today we are diving into my entire physical TBR, all the books just sitting on these shelves here waiting for their moment to shine. I really try not to buy more books than I read, but there are just so many amazing books and stories and authors out there. I just want to read everything. Gotta catch them all, as they say. I'll be giving you a little tour of every book on my TBR, and I would love for you to help me choose my next read. So as I'm going through all these books, if any of them catch your eye or if you've read any of them and loved them, please let me know in the comments down below and maybe I'll choose it for my next read. I'm honestly in a bit of a reading slump right now, so your recommendations would be very, very much appreciated. Whatever you think will help me get out of this slump, let me know. So without further ado, let's dig in. I've loosely organized my TBR in genre. We've got fantasy, we've got general fiction, horror, thriller sort of thing here. Then we've got contemporary romance basically, and one dark romance on the end and one non-fiction. It's a lot of romance. I'm a romance reader. That's my happy place. That's what I love to read. Where should we start? Oh, too many good options. Let's start over on the fantasy shelf. First up, we have got The 13th Child by Erin A. Craig. I finished the Shepherd King duology. I've got it right here. And I wanted something that was a similar vibe, and I think Goodreads recommended this. I think also Rachel Catherine recommended this. It seems to have the same like gothic vibes as the Shepherd King duology. Dagger in the Flame by Catherine Doyle was a book that I saw Emmy Rossam? Is that her last name? I don't know. And she loved it and it sounded really, really good to me, and it was on sale at Big W. So I think I picked this up for like $8 or something, which is an absolute steal. On the back it says a fiery enemies to lovers romantasy, which is right up my alley. You're probably gonna notice a fair amount of YA on my shelves. I go very up and down with my opinion on spice. Right now I do appreciate a closed door romance, so YA usually provides that. This is potentially one of the most beautiful books on my shelf. This is Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen, which is actually my book club's book of the month this month. Very excited. When this book was chosen, there was about a week until the special edition came out. This is the QVB exclusive edition and it's beautiful. I just absolutely adore the colors on this book. The sprayed edges are beautiful. The end pages, you're kidding. I mean, we all know that I love a bit of pink, and this book is definitely providing the goods. It's also got some beautiful foiling on the front. Oh, I love it so much. So I'm thinking enemies to lovers, cursed, forbidden romance. I think it's gonna be really good. I've heard great things about this, and of course I'm gonna enjoy the experience reading it because the book is just so gorgeous. Then we have got Heavenly Bodies by Imani Eru. I am probably butchering that. I will admit I bought this with a kind of shameful reasoning. So I bought this book right after I finished watching The Vampire Diaries for the first time, and Enzo is my favorite character in The Vampire Diaries, and the male main character in this book, his name is Enzo. So I 100% was planning on reading this book as like an Enzo fanfiction. But even without that, it does sound like a really good book. I think this is another enemies to lovers. Yeah, it literally says star-crossed on the back. So this might be another destined to fail kind of romance like Our Infinite Fates. It's got gods, it's got prophecies, and then we've got the Kindred Curse saga. Yes, I bought all 3 books that are out right now in the series before I read the first one. Look, I feel like I can just tell that I'm gonna enjoy this series, and I will eat my words and my money if I don't. Now, the reason that I bought all 3 is because I knew I wanted to read this series, and I was really worried that by the time I got around to it, they weren't going to be selling the trade paperback size anymore, which is this bigger paperback size. And I didn't want to end up in a situation where some books were the smaller paperback and some books were the bigger paperback. So look, was it a bit irresponsible? Yes. Do I have any regrets? No. This is yet another enemies to lovers. It says on the back, the first book in a slow burn enemies to lovers epic fantasy series. Then we have got Quicksilver by Callie Hart. Everyone has heard about this book. If you have not heard about this book, you are living under a rock. This is an adult romantasy. When this first came out, I heard nothing but amazing reviews, and I feel like now I've heard a few more mixed reviews, so I am a little concerned. Am I gonna love it? Am I gonna hate it? Am I gonna find it a little bit cringy? Next is Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I've actually never read any Cassandra Clare books. She is very, very popular. Of course, we've all heard of the Mortal Instruments series, that whole world. I was actually walking past a Dimmicks, I think this was around Christmas time, and they had a table out the front of sale books, and this was on sale for about $7, which is an absolute steal. So I picked it up without knowing much about it. I've since seen Emmy read this book and absolutely love it, and the second book has just come out. As far as I can tell from the blurb as well, this is an LGBT romantasy, which hell yeah. The Games Gods play by Abigail Owen is a Greek god based romantasy. It's got a bunch of trials in it. The main male love interest is Hades himself, which, I mean, you know that's gonna be good, right? Definitely giving potential 5-star energy. Next is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. This I'm kind of skeptical about. I was really excited to read this book. I had heard great things. I had heard it was very lore heavy, so I was a little worried about that, but I had a friend start reading this recently and she's really struggled to get into it, which doesn't bode well for me because it can take me a really long time to get into a book. But it has got a lot of things in it that I love. It's got romantasy, obviously. It's got dragons. I love some dragons. So yeah, I am very mixed about it because I don't want to start reading a book that I have potential to DNF. This is a bit of an embarrassing situation. We've got Emily Wilde, Map of the Otherlands by Heather Fawcett. I have not read the first Emily Wilde. This is the second book. I don't own the first Emily Wilde. So, okay, here's what happened. I was in Target and this was on sale for like $6 or something. I think they were just getting rid of the rest of the trade paperbacks because they've now brought in that smaller paperback size. The problem is that I now own the second book in the trade paperback size, and the first book is no longer sold in the trade paperback size. So if I did buy the rest of the series, I would not have a matching size collection, which just bothers me so much. So if you come across any trade paperback size Emily Wilde, please please let me know. This is an academic rivals romantasy, but as far as I've heard, the romance is quite a small part of it. It's more that like academia vibe. I know in the first book, Emily Wilde is like collecting information. She's making an encyclopedia of fairies. Not sure how the story continues in the second book. I don't really want to read the blurb because I don't want to spoil things from the first book. So yeah, the situation around this book is a bit embarrassing, to be perfectly frank. Then we've got The Whispering Dark by Kelly Andrew. This is actually a book that I got for free, secondhand, from my sister-in-law. Love you, babe. A lot of the books on these shelves are going to be from her, so shout out. I have not heard very many people talk about this book, but it sounds really good. Ooh, so I'm actually reading the back and it says it's a paranormal thriller. I thought it was a fantasy. Maybe it's not. Ooh, okay, interesting. The main character is deaf, which I think would just be so interesting to read about. It's a perspective that we don't read about very often. There's like a forbidden alliance. But yeah, I've not read any paranormal thrillers, so okay, this has become more interesting. Then we've got The Betrayals by Bridget Collins. This is a book that I've seen on so many people's shelves. I feel like this must have been a really popular book a little while ago, and I haven't heard very many people talk about it recently, but everyone seems to know about this book. All I really know about it is that there's like a school, like a training academy. I don't know, am I missing the train here? Does everyone know about this? Am I the odd one out? The Memory Thief by Lauren Mancy. This is another one that I got for free from my sister-in-law. Must be good because it won Teens Top 10 Yalsa. I don't know what that is, but it's won an award, so it must be good. Oh, I just burnt the cover. My bad. Then we've got Lightlark by Alex Astor. This is one of the books that I've got on my priority books for 2025, one of the books I want to read most. This is a YA romantasy with trials, I think. Rulers of 6 realms fight to break their curses and win unparalleled power. Amazing. To break them and save themselves and their realms, one ruler must die. Who's it gonna be? Probably not the main character, we hope. Let's not jinx it. I feel like I've just heard so many people talk about this book. I'm excited to read it. I hope it lives up to the hype. I think this is the last fantasy book we've got on the shelf. We have got Akane by Lynette Noni. This is an Australian author. Shout out Australian authors. It's got a magical school, a magical academy, and from what I can tell, it's got really good friendship dynamics. Has it got dragons? I think it's got dragons. And moving on to some more general fiction thriller. I'm just gonna pull the whole stack out. Probably gonna be a little bit easier for me. First up, we have Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. I've heard really good things about Fredrik Backman's writing. I believe this is an accidental hostage situation. A bank robber rushes in and politely takes everyone hostage. Sounds like it could have some really interesting character dynamics. Bunny by Mona Awad. This is a psychological thriller, I think. Sorority girls that call each other Bunny and then they start turning into bunnies. Is it hallucination? Is it? I don't know. It just sounds absolutely bizarre. I've heard people say that it is a very weird book, but everyone really loves it. Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty. This will be my second book by Leanne Moriarty. I did thrift this. It's still got the Vinnie's sticker on it. I can't get these stickers off without the residue staying on there. Anyway, I read The Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty and I really enjoyed it. She is an Australian author. Shout out again to Australian authors. Then we've got Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. I feel like I will either really love this book or just cringe the whole time. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna think about this. This is a scientist who is trying to, I don't know, progress in her scientific career and then ends up as a cooking show host and teaches women about cooking in a more scientific way. I think it's I'm concerned that it's going to come across as very girl power in like a cringy way instead of like empowering feminist literature. I don't know. We'll see. Then we've got The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I just know that this book will make me cry. I've heard so much about Kristen Hanna's writing. I have heard that it is just absolutely soul destroying and just wonderful and very well written. So I am scared. This is a book about World War II and I think it's about two sisters. Am I making that up? Is this about sisters? Nope, I was right. It's about two sisters in war-torn France in World War II. So I have a feeling I will cry a lot reading this. Got Normal People by Sally Rooney. This has very mixed reviews. I know Sally Rooney doesn't use quotation marks, which intimidates me. That's kind of all I know about this book though, is that she doesn't use quotation marks. The IT Girl by Ruth Ware, or I don't know if it's supposed to be pronounced The It Girl or The IT Girl. This was a book that I found when I was researching to start up my book club. This was a book that was recommended to read as a book club book. And then I found it at the Lifeline Book Fest and I thought, well, it sounded good online, so I think this is a mystery. It's got a main character called Hannah, which could either be really cool to read, a character with my name, or it'll just be really off-putting. Not sure. Then Last Seen Online by Lauren James. This is a YA mystery, and the back says, fandom can be fatal. This could either be really fun or really cringe. I feel like I've said that a lot with this pile. Then lucky last in that pile, we've got The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. Thursday Murder Club. It's like a book club, but they solve murders. And lucky last on this shelf, we have got some Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is Malibu Rising. I just love the colors on this cover. Isn't that stunning? I read Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid and I really enjoyed it. I think it was like a 4-star for me. I'm gonna give her another shot with this book. Let's hope it's just as much fun as Daisy Jones and the Six was. And we've made it to the other side of the shelf. I feel like maybe I should shuffle over a little bit so you can actually see what we're working with. We'll start with the one random book sitting on top. We have got The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. This is a non-fiction. This is the only non-fiction I've got on my TBR. I feel like everyone has heard about this book. Everyone has heard about Mel Robbins. I hadn't heard about Mel Robbins until I saw everyone start to talk about this book. And I have started reading this. I think I'm about 100 pages in and I'm really enjoying it so far. I can't read non-fiction very fast. I have to take it like piece by piece and really digest it because I do get a bit bored reading non-fiction, even if it is an amazing book, which I am really enjoying this. When I do read it, I just struggle to focus. We've got The No-Show by Beth O'Leary. I think it's about 3 women who are supposed to be dating the same guy, but he kind of like stands them up and then they team up to get back at him. I really don't know. I feel like that's the vibe I'm picking up. I don't know if that's accurate. Then we've got Funny Story by Emily Henry. I have read a few Emily Henry books in the past. Some hits, some misses. Usually they're like a 3.5 to 4 star for me. I'll really enjoy them, but not necessarily like 5-star books, except for Book Lovers, which I have up here. I don't think you can see it. Book Lovers was a 5-star for me. Loved that book. So I'm hoping I really enjoy Funny Story too. And we're back with some Taylor Jenkins Reid. We've got Carrie Soto is back. This is about a tennis player, I think. I love an athlete story. I love a comeback story. So I think this would be pretty motivational, to be perfectly honest. Tom Lake by Anne Patchett. This, I think, is actually a COVID story. I think this is a mother telling her daughters about a famous actor that she used to date while they're kind of like trapped inside during COVID. It could go so many different directions. This is The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. I think this is the same author who wrote Red, White, and Royal Blue. Two exes that end up on a holiday together, and I think it's going to be like an enemies to lovers kind of situation. I don't know. It feels pretty low on my list. Then we've got Love Requires Chocolate by Raven K. Stringfield. This is a beautiful, slim little book. Just, it seems like a really quick read. Based on the cover, it's set in Paris and it's about chocolate. What more could you want in a book? This is Take a Bow, Noah Mitchell by Tobias Madden. This seems to combine all my favorite things. It is an LGBT novel, slay. It's also about musical theatre, slay, and about video games, slay. It's also YA, slay. This I have heard so much about. I'm also just obsessed with the cover. Look at the colour scheme, it's stunning. This is First Time Caller by BK Borison. This is, I think, like a radio host romance. I feel like that could have some good tension. Then we have got Last Time We Met by Emily Horton. This was one that I got for free from my sister-in-law. And then I actually noticed Rachel Catherine started talking about it and I was like, whoa, oh my gosh, that's great, because no one talks about this book. And I just got it and I thought it was cute. It's a friends to lovers, which I love. I love when people are actually nice to each other, when they care about each other. I do think I've got a lot of enemies to lovers on my TBR, but I do think I'm leaning more in my preference towards friends to lovers. I don't know, I'm just a really soft-hearted girl and I don't want people to be mean to each other. Then we've got The Roommate by Rosie Dannon. This the vibes I'm getting from the blurb are that the man is potentially like an adult performer, maybe. And then we've got the female main character who is very much the like good girl, overachieving. It says overachieving, well-mannered, utterly predictable. So it sounds like he's about to spice up her life. I mean, they're gonna fall in love. They're gonna have a lot of saucy times. We've got some Colleen Hoover. We've got Hopeless here. I know Colleen Hoover is a very divisive subject. I've only ever read It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover and I actually really liked it. I did not like the way the movie was marketed, and let's not get into the drama with the cast members, but I saw this while I was thrifting and it's in brand new condition and I picked it up. I know nothing about the story, but I did enjoy the one book that I read by Colleen Hoover, so let's see if I enjoy any of her other books. Then we've got Felix Ever After by Kaysen Calendar. This I thrifted and look at this. Sprayed edges, you're kidding. I thrifted sprayed edges. You're joking. This was $4. This is a transition story. Ooh, and it's got a love triangle. Okay, then we've got Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. This is about two fan fiction writers, I believe, which is just so much fun. Could be very cringy, but we're gonna stay hopeful. I also got this for free. This is the Kiss Quotient. Oh, I have no idea how to pronounce that word, and I feel like that's gonna make me sound like an absolute dum-dum. This is a STEM romance. The only other STEM romance I've read is Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood, and I didn't enjoy it, so I don't know. I'll give the genre another shot with this one. Hopefully this works better for me. We have got some more beautiful sprayed edges. This is Collide by Bal Cabra. This is a hockey romance, but I did mostly buy this book for the sprayed edges. I just think it is beautiful. The art on the front is beautiful. I do love a hockey romance. A figure skating romance I love. If you didn't know, I'm a figure skater, not currently, but I do love a little ice sport romance because I don't know, it's like two of my special interests colliding. Then we've got Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. YA nope, it's not a fantasy, it's a romance. It's got these adorable little like movie scenes on the front. I think it's just like full of tropes. Then we have got a classic. We have got The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Everyone has read this book by now, except for me. I've never read this book. And I can't say it was one that I really sought out, but I saw it for $1 at a thrift shop and I thought, why not? Falling for Gage by Mia Sheridan is the third book in the Pelion Lake series, which the first book of that is Archer's Voice, which you probably heard about. Archer's Voice, very, very popular. The second book is Travis, which is about Archer's brother, who we don't like in the first book, but he did all right in his book. And then we've got Falling for Gage. Gage pops up at the very end of Archer's Voice. So I'm intrigued to see a little bit more about his character because he doesn't get a lot of screen time. Archer's Voice is one of my favorite books of all time. So let's see if this brings some of that magic. We've got a figure skating book here. We have got Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. I know nothing about this other than the fact that it is a figure skating book. And that is all I need to know. Then Mile High by Liz Tomford. This is the first book in a series and I've heard that every book after this is miles better. So, I have opened this up to a random page and read a little bit at one point and it seemed really sweet and really cute. Next is Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. This seems like a little bit of a darker, oh actually I think this is fantasy. Maybe this should be on this side. This is very much reminding me of a darker version of Caraval by Stephanie Garber, which I loved. It says at the top, welcome to Phantasma. There are only 2 rules to the game, stay alive and don't fall in love. And the prize of the game is a single wish. I mean, is that not Caraval? Oh, we have got another Colleen Hoover here. We have got Verity. I've heard that this book is wild. Also, I think there's a movie version of this that's in the works right now. Then we have got the Dreamland Billionaire trilogy. I don't read a lot of billionaire romances, but I've heard great things about this series. The only other billionaire romance I've ever read is Wild Love by Elsie Silver, which I didn't enjoy that much. We'll see. I feel like I could either love or hate these books. And lucky last, we have got The Sweetest Oblivion by Danielle Laurie. I lent this book to a friend of mine and she loved it. I haven't read it yet, but she loved this book. It is a dark romance. I think it's a mafia romance, which it's really speaking to me. I've never read any dark romance. Well, although maybe I have, because I feel like a lot of the fan fiction that I used to read on like AO3, I feel like a lot of that was probably dark romance and I just didn't really recognize it because it's just fan fiction. But A Man That Will Do Anything for His Girl, including maybe like unalive some people, that's kind of hot, that's kind of spicy. This could be the start of my dark romance journey. Who knows? We did it! Those are all of my books on my TBR. That took much longer than I thought it would take. Let's actually go through and count how many I have. I have 54 books on my TBR. But anyway, what do you think? Do you think I should read any of these? Well, obviously I am going to read them, but which one do you think I should read? Are any of these calling to you? Do you think I would really enjoy any of these in particular? Please let me know. I would love your recommendations. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below a tiara emoji so I know you watched to the end, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye!